everything Nate couldn't do to Umar, he should be able to do to Tagir. We have Tagir, Ulanbekov versus Nate Maness. And I'm going to just give it to you straight. I think that everything Nate couldn't do to Umar, he should be able to do to Tagir.
Yeah, I think Tagir is very overrated. But then Tim Luke trained with James Cross now, man. So that kind of helps him out.
Yeah, but Tim, his track record is very iffy. And
we done seen him held down. And
we done seen Tim look amazing. We done seen Tim look like he don't need to be in there. We done seen everything.
I hate to say this, man, but it looked like Tagir was not focused. He kept on saying, even though Tim was doing some dirty stuff, but he wasn't focused. He kept on saying, he kept on looking at the referee and looking at Habib. Like, bro, focus on the fight, man. Like, you keep getting distracted by these things. You got to find a way to win. And he barely lost the fight. You barely lost, bro. If he actually would have stayed focused on the fight, he would have won. It's almost like he was looking for a way out, man. I hate to say it, but
if you're looking for a way out, Nate Maness definitely gonna give you one. I think that everything that Nate couldn't do to Umar in his dreams, this is a lesser version of Umar.
I was gonna say that.
Does that make sense? Even stylistically,
he's a watered down version of Umar.
But Tagir is actually cold. I'm just saying.
I think he's cold on the ground, but
bro, his submissions
mixing things up. Because I looked at his highlights. I'm just seeing a bunch of takedowns and submissions, and that's good. But you look at Umar highlights, you're seeing the kicks from angles, the punches, wrestling. You're seeing everything. But with Tagir, you're just seeing takedowns. It's almost like he almost looked like he's like 2 years away from being in the UFC.
But he's 31. That's the crazy thing. So he's at the point where he's supposed to be bringing it all together. And it ain't together. Man, I don't...
You got guys in the flyweight division who are better versions, like Askar and Muhammad. They're better versions of him. Because, like, honestly, I understand his striking ain't there yet, but is Muhammad striking there? Is Askar ain't got no striking. You know what I mean? So it's like, they grappling good enough to win fights without the striking. And he was just distracted. He grabbed my glove. I understand it, man. You might say that after the round.
Umar would never do that. Khabib would never. Like, they focus on one thing. I'm trying to get this W, period.
But Habib was on the same thing, too, because if you look in the corner, Habib, like, his whole corner was like, oh, he did illegal knee, or he pulled my glove, man. But at the same time, Islam would find a way to win.
Yeah. Islam wouldn't have held no loss and then say, well, the reason why is because, now he do got.
And then the funny thing is, that first round against Tim Elliott, that first round against Tim Elliott, it looked like he was winning, and he got knocked down, and you lost a round that you was winning. It was just so odd, man. Like,
I'm sorry, if Tim Elliott can knock you down, Nate Maness can knock you out. But I'm gonna say Tagir got ways to be in this fight though, because Nate Maness gets taken down quite a bit. He's fought nothing but wrestlers in the UFC. He only didn't beat one person.
But his takedown defense solid though.
Well, hold on. He only didn't beat. Yeah, in the UFC, he only didn't beat one person. That was Umar.
But I want to say his takedown defense is like 78% though.
Yeah, but it's the thing, they can't hold him down. And then when he get up,
I know, man. Tagir, he be looking for a way out, man. Steel cage match. He be looking for that corner door.
Yeah, he beat Johnny Munoz, and he knocked out Luke.
Oh, that was years ago.
That was years ago. That was 2 years ago. It wasn't that far. And then he knocked out Luke Sanders, and he knocked out Tony Gravely. And Tagir might be more technically talented than both of those people.
You know what it is, bro? Because even when Umar beat him, it wasn't the wrestling. It was the striking and the wrestling. Does that make sense?
The combination was just really...
Because if he didn't have striking, he probably would have lost the fight.
Boy, them kicks, especially in the third round,
when he would have lost, man.
Because he thought he was going to come out and start wrestling. And then he just started striking with him, throwing the kicks. And then it was like, dang. So then when he started trying to strike it, bro, I think Nate landed nothing. Am I tripping?
Yeah, he didn't land. I think he landed like one strike.
Go look at the stats real quick. I want to say after that fight, they said he landed, it was a ridiculously low number.
Ooh, 2.
Oh, my goodness. But I'm going to tell you what, you could definitely add about 100 to that, because he going to land something on Tagir. Tagir just missing something, man. And he's talented. Man. He's good.
I know he got beat by Umar, Nate Maness, which Umar is probably going to be champion when it's all said and done. But the way to beat Nate can be reckless on the feet. The way to beat Nate is the way that Tony Gravely almost beat him. Remember Tony hurt him?
Yeah.
So I think because Nate, man, like he does this weird thing on the feet, which ain't no point talking about it because Tagir is gonna try to get the fight to the ground. But Nate does this thing on his feet where he likes to throw punches when his opponent throw punches. And sometimes he can get the knockout, other times he can get hurt himself. And I don't know why he does that, man, but
a little tentative.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like when your opponent throwing a punch, though, man, you got to kind of wait.
But it ain't even that. He's been matched up with all wrestlers. So when his opponent moves, it's like, is it a takedown? Do I defend a takedown? Do I strike? And you behind the 8-ball.
So is Tagir's wrestling better than Tony's? Because he was able to stuff the takedowns and knock Tony out.
Yeah, I mean, it was on the regional scene, it was, but on the UFC level, man, you got to wrestle by Tim Elliott, dog. Tim kind of put it on you, man. I'm sorry, bro.
He got a little bit of dog in him, bro, because in third round, he won in third round.
Yeah, but you wait until it's too late, man. My only thing is, I don't want, Nate can be a slow starter. That's one thing about it. Nate can be a very slow starter. You know, I hate to say this, man, but Umar beat him. But in hindsight, I'm sure Nate is like, man, there was more I could have done. You ain't going to be able to do it on Umar, but guess who can probably do those things too.
And honestly, I wouldn't overthink that too, man, because Umar is on a different level.
I know.
But what's weird is Tagir has 13 wins. They have almost the same number of fights because Nathan has 16 fights and Tagir has 15. He has more fights than Nathan. Because I'm thinking, like, okay, give him more time to develop his striking. Tagir.
Oh, no, he might be at the ceiling.
Because Tagir has more, he has one less fight than Nathan, but it's like, bro, he's at his ceiling right now.
You know the difference between him and Umar? Tagir, man, when he jump on submissions, boy, that's lights out. He got some of the tightest submissions, man. Like, seriously, if he grab your neck, now I don't think Nate is just susceptible to the submissions like that because he defended well against Umar. And that's another thing, man. When you fought Umar and you fighting a lesser version.
Hold on, dude. But Umar would have submitted Tim Elliott. It don't matter what position they are. Umar would have submitted him, man. He would have found a way to get the finish.
Yeah.
So is Tagir overrated, man? Like his skill, like he's not bad by any means. He's not a bad fighter, man.
Like let's say if you got Umar and Umar is supremely talented.
Yeah.
Let's say a level 10 of talent. I ain't saying it's actualized yet, but I'm saying it's talent. Tagir is like a 6, and he make a lot of mistakes. That
when it comes to everything, because on the ground he's higher than that. But when it comes,
I think his submission's better than Umar though. But I just think that his will to get it sometimes, like, I don't know, man. Something is missing in Tagir.
Because everybody ain't going to be champion.
And let me tell you something else, man, that if you notice, and this is on YouTube, when you look up Tagir's name, they got shorts where he was making certain decisions in the Tim Elliott fight, and Khabib and Islam was sitting there shaking their head. And that's what really made me think, yeah, Nate probably going to win this, because he doing stuff that Umar wouldn't do. Like, if you go back and look at the slow motion, Khabib is literally like, got his head down like, oh my God, here we go. And Islam is just looking at him like, dude, do you want to be a champion? Like, what is wrong with you?
We're looking at Tagir on UFCstats.com. He's been outstruck by all his opponents.
Yeah, Nate gonna knock him out in the third round. Third round TKO.
It was weird against Tim Elliott. He only attempted one submission.
Yeah, third round TKO. Nate.
If you're that cold in the ground, you should be throwing up 3, 4, 5 attempts.
Because he was able to submit them rookie poop people.
I know, man.
From Desert Fighting Championships.
But maybe he just had an off night against Tim, man. Because sometimes that happens. So maybe he might, we might. But the thing is, Umar ain't got the excuse. Islam ain't got that. Well, Islam did have one bad night. But yeah, no, Khabib, bro, they don't have that excuse, man. Just Tagir, he's missing something, man. But maybe some guys, like everybody can't be LeBron. You might have somebody, okay, maybe I'm just gonna be like a role player, and I'm gonna have a good career, but I'm not gonna be an all-time great. But I'm still in the NBA. So maybe he's one of them type guys where when it's all said and done, he's definitely gonna be in the top 10.
But the thing is, the pressure from Umar, you think Tim Elliott would have stopped Umar, bro? You think that would have been the derailing fighter in his career? I mean, he'd have steamrolled him, bro. So that just let me know, you know what? If I put Umar in your same position, that would have been a W. I'm going with Nate Maness, man. I feel like I said, not to beat a dead horse, but some of the stuff that he wasn't able to do on old Umar, he can definitely get done here. Some of the mistakes that Umar wouldn't make, Tagir gonna make. Some of the things he had to watch out for with Umar, he ain't got to watch out with Tagir.
You know, it's weird because Tagir, I'm looking at his stats. His stats not bad, man. He's just missing that dog.
He missing something mentally.
I'm saying he don't get hit a lot. He averaged 3.4 significant strikes per minute. So his numbers are good. It's just no way, man. His submission attempts, he averages 0.7.
So he was submitting rookie people, man. I made my decision. What's yours?
Nate by decision, man.
Yeah, Nate finna get this back in blood.